It matters where you get your news. It's Rise Guys Headlines.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige in with you, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has high praise for this actor after his announcement that he is retiring from acting due to a brain disorder called aphasia. And the person in question is Bruce Willis. And Arnold, he praises him and says that Bruce Willis is something that people will never forget. And action heroes never retire, they reload.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
So Bruce had to retire from acting last year because of a brain disorder, as we said, aphasia, which since has progressed to dementia. And that's really sad. And Arnold says, quote, "I think that he's fantastic. He was always, for years and years, is a huge, huge star. And I think that he will always be remembered as a great, great star and a kind man." And he also adds, "I understand that under his circumstances, health-wise, that he had to retire. But in general, we never really retire action heroes. They reload."
I wonder if he'll sell his likeness to Hollywood the way Bruce Willis has, to like make CGI movies with him and his voice and everything. I don't want to say AI because it's not that, but whatever that process is called.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will, so they can live on forever. But we're getting near the end of progressing civilization at a point, right? Because we only want to watch the same movies over and over again. We can complain about it, but when a reboot or a remake comes out, that's what we go see, not some original thing. We only want to watch TV shows that are named after things we already know, or like rebooted old ones.
Mm-hmm.
We only want to see, even if they're dead, we only want to see the same people in the movies. We want to see the same people remaking the same movies.
Oh, you're right. Is it a lack of a lack of creativity, or is it just a lack of everybody owns, the rights to this or that, and that's the same crap they'll keep pushing out?
It's strictly business, no longer any art involved with any big studio, I think, is why that is. We're only going to make stuff they already own the rights to. They're not going to take a chance. So there won't be another Godfather. If you ever watched the show on Paramount Plus about that, whatever it's called, anyway, about how that all came together and damn near didn't happen and finally did. There won't be another one like that. There's nobody's going to take that kind of chance. There won't be another one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, people aren't only mean to Lizzo, they're also mean to Billie Eilish for different reasons. Well, she went to Instagram responding to people for calling her out for wearing feminine clothes, and she went off on haters who criticized her for wearing these clothes. And she said that she spent the first 5 years of her career getting obliterated for being boyish.
Obliviated.
And then
Sir Lawrence.
Obliterated for being boyish and told she'd be hotter if she acted like a woman. And then she said, quote, "And now when I feel comfortable enough to wear anything remotely feminine or fitting, I changed and I am a sellout." And what happened to her? Oh my God, she's not the same Billie. She's just like the rest, blah, blah. And then she adds, "You guys are idiots. I can be both."
Boy, that's just like it all implodes.
It's like with the idiots part.
People think you have to put yourself in a box, and if you agree with this, then you have to disagree with that. And then when that all starts to come closer, the boxes get a lot smaller. Like,
yes.
I'm for self-expression, but I won't do it. But I won't isolate myself from the people who do it. But I don't wear that stuff anymore. I went through a cowboy phase. I went through a hippie phase. I went through a breakdancing phase. I mean, all kind of different phases.
Yeah.
Deadhead.
So she says these guys that are being critical, she says they're true idiots, and her critics are bozos who need to let women rest. I mean, she's going to grow up. When you see her, she was a lot younger, and now as a woman, she's going to have curves, and if she wants to be feminine, she can't help it. It's just her body. Should she dress like a boy for the rest of her life? Probably not.
It's very curvy.
Well, it's like anytime I mean, it's the whole thing about, like when Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and all these started out, they were all wholesome, somewhat, tolerable to most families. And then a couple albums in, they start doing songs about kissing women, scissoring, grinding genitals together. I think you're going to get fire eventually. Learn that at camp.
You may.
You got enough shrubbery.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Kindling.
It's weird how I often think it would take an alien race to bring us all together as one.
But social media is harsh on women. I mean, any way you look, even the Kardashians, everybody gets it. It's like if you're gonna throw yourself out there, you should be able to take it. That's what people think.
Everybody walking the face of this earth gets it. I mean, it's not. I mean, you can be too hot. You can be too. It's everybody gets it.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I don't
Everybody
think
does.
You might get more of it because you're real famous or whatever, but that's kind of the crap you got to deal with.
Yeah. It just kind of is, and now everybody gets to experience it because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you were younger, were you ever told that it would take 7 years to digest gum if you ate a piece of gum?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Well, a 5-year-old kind of tested that.
God, we didn't mention we're live on video.
Oh yeah, we did not mention that. So we are live on video though.
Clearly, the notifications don't work well.
They don't. They clearly don't. Yeah,
All mine froze up.
We're live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter right now.
So back to the story. This 5-year-old, he was having stomach problems and serious diarrhea, and it turned out that he had more than one piece of gum. And the story is your body will pass the gum within 2 days, but it doesn't mean it's okay for you to swallow it because gum can't be digested, so it's going to come out whole. If you swallow a few pieces, you can probably digest that. But in this case, this 5-year-old recently swallowed 40 pieces of gum in one day, and it obstructed his GI tract, causing a major stomach ache. And he was rushed to the ER, and scans showed the problem was a huge mass of gum in his belly.
How do you let that happen?
How it doesn't pass?
Well, just that you let a kid eat that much.
Well,
And
bubble tape, I'd finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even roll it off the tape. I'd take bites out of it.
Yeah.
All those, any gum that had like real
Big league chew.
Yeah, the flavor would dissipate real fast or whatever. You keep adding more to keep the next thing you know. It looks like you got Red Man in.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me, Commander Man.
Well,
That's good there.
and luckily for this kid, I mean, he was sent to the hospital and he's okay because doctors removed the gum by placing a metal tube down his throat and using a tool to grab the buildup. And the boy suffered a sore throat afterwards, but that was nothing compared to having 40 pieces of gum clogging his pipes and, potentially causing some problems if he didn't go to the ER at that point,
I remember as a child, maybe a teenager, eating a bunch of gum. I never spit out my gum. I would always swallow it.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time I had apparently done that a lot, and I passed it, but it made my ass cheeks stick together.
Oh, Lord.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank God
joke.
you weren't grown because then the hairier situation as a grown man would have been way worse. You
Thank
gum in
God.
your hair.
Thank God.
You gum in your butt hair.
You imagine that.
Your stomach pumped from the other end.
Gum, fat boy.
All right. Well, I'm Paige, and those are your Rise Guys headlines.
Thank you. We'll take a break. We come back. More Rise Guys right after this. Good morning.
The Rise Guys.